Day 3. The Joy of Being a Creator. Quote from Marcus Aurelius. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. Feel. What's the secret to happiness? Trust your inner self and you'll radiate love. As you grow into your knowing of who you really are and begin creating what you are here to create, you'll feel your inner self stretching further and further out until your love radiates throughout the universe. Feel. What is love? Love is the energy of the universe. Your inner self is pure, radiating love. Love is being I am, whether or not you realize it. It is the feeling of oneness and connection with another. It's how I am feels about each human and every animal, plant, and other creation in the physical world. It's so much more powerful than fear. It is knowing. Create something out of love for yourself and others that has never existed in the physical world before. New thoughts coming from a place of love expand the physical world. Thoughts coming from a place of fear or hate make the physical world shrink and make it feel like there isn't enough for everyone. Feel. So the only way we gain is by creating new thoughts, new creations, and everyone gains because the universe gains. The universe is made of two parts, the spiritual world of universal mind and the physical world. In the physical world, yes, new thoughts of love expand while the thoughts of hate shrink. Unlike the physical world, universal mind expands with each new creation. Our creation is. It is not good for the universe. It is not bad for the universe. It is. Feel. So the universe is different than the world? Yes. The physical world is only half of the universe. The real part is the intangible. It is the spiritual world of universal mind. Your inner voice is a direct link to the spiritual world. This spiritual world of universal mind projects thoughts into physical experience. The physical world is not reality because it is recreated constantly by thoughts. It is a reflection of the mass consciousness of universal mind. Feel. How do thoughts expand the universe? Answer. Universal mind in the spiritual world stores every thought that has ever been thought. Because this is one part of the universe, every thought expands the universe, whether it is a thought of plenty or lack. The physical world is the projection of this universal mind. So if there are more thoughts of lack, then that's what you'll experience in the physical world. If there are more thoughts of plenty, then that is what you'll experience in the physical world. So if we think there's enough for everybody, that's what will be created? Answer. Yes. When more people are thinking there is enough, instead of thinking there isn't, there will be enough. The only truth is, I am, I create. I am here to experience and expand the universe. Many people believe that the physical world is what's real, but it's just an illusion projected from the spiritual world of universal mind. The physical world can be changed and shaped by new creative thought. Every moment, this is happening. If you believe you must do certain things to survive in the physical world, you're placing limits on your creative ability. These self-imposed limits strengthen your fears and block your inner self. It is not the truth, but you experience the world through your senses. So that's what feels real to you. Feel. Okay, so we're trying to survive the physical world instead of create the physical world. Answer. Yes. Struggling is something that happens when you're focused on I. When you believe you are an individual and that life is hard. When you're focused on creating something to benefit others, your goal to contribute to the expansion of the universe is so much bigger than the things that had been holding you back in your I days. Your fears and insecurities melt away because you are insignificant compared to what you have to offer the world. The more you allow yourself to trust your inner self, the more you will feel this shift from me to we. Feel. Do you mean that if we weren't so tied to these thoughts that we need to survive, we would create something new? Answer. Many people are limited by the belief that they can only recreate that which has already been created. This belief is not true, but it is being recreated constantly by mass human consciousness. When someone goes outside of the bounds of what is generally considered possible and invents a new life-changing object, most people don't recognize that they have that same creative power. There is only one truth. I am, I create. All thoughts create. New thought comes from an understanding of your unlimited creative power and creates that which has not been created before. All thoughts recreate that which has been created. An example of all thoughts is thinking that airplanes can fly. When you take an airplane, there's no doubt in you that it will fly. You have knowing it will fly because it has happened so many times before. All thoughts can be a useful way to experience, but the joy of creating through them wears off quickly. The first time you fly in an airplane is exciting, but even by the end of the flight, you're probably ready to get off. And each airplane trip you take becomes less fulfilling and more of a chore because we are not here to experience the same thing over and over again. Joy comes when we start creating new thoughts based on love and experiencing through them. You are here to give something back to the world, something to make the world better than it was before you came. All thoughts are creations, but they aren't your original creation. No matter how much you enjoy the experience of them at first, they will never bring you lasting joy. A good example of this is watching a great movie. It is someone else's creation that you're experiencing. It's fantastic the first time you watch it. It's pretty good the second time, but by the third time you watch it, it's getting old. You get bored because your inner self is not here to recreate old thoughts. However, for the original creator, it doesn't matter whether or not they enjoy watching the movie. They will always be able to experience the joy of knowing they created something new that didn't exist before. You are here now to create new thoughts, new creations that enhance and expand the universe. Feel. So new creation brings us joy? Answer. Yes. Feel. Can anything else bring us joy? Answer. Love. Pure love based on an understanding of oneness. Knowing you are a creator is a joy. It is what you feel once you have brought your creation from the world of mind into the physical world. It is hard to explain using words because there is no English equivalent for the type of joy I mean. It is not the same as happiness, which is an emotion. Feel. What are emotions? Answer. I create in this physical world to have experiences. I experience in two ways, through my senses and through emotions. When I'm creating with full knowing of who I am and why I'm here, I experience pure love and joy. When you're creating through the filter of persona, you experience the full range of emotions. Both have value, but you tend to be sad the further away you get from knowing what your thoughts have creative power. All the experiences you create in your life, whether you consider them good or bad, allow you to get closer to knowing what it is you are here to do. If you feel that your life has been filled with horrible experiences, now that you're learning the truth, you have that much more opportunity to rise above than somebody whose life has been full of joy. It doesn't matter where you're starting from today, you can get on the path to finding yourself and fulfilling your life. Your emotions help you know if you're on the right track. Feel. So emotions are not thoughts? Do emotions create? Answer. No. Emotions are a state of mind. They are created either by your thoughts or your acceptance of what other people are saying about you. Emotions are not thoughts and they do not create. However, how you feel, the emotions you experience will affect your thoughts and thus your creations. Most people have no idea that they can control and create their own emotions. Remember that seminar you and Erin watched where the speaker made a girl upset and then he snapped his fingers and made her laugh? She changed just like that. She accepted his creative thoughts and those thoughts made her both happy and unhappy. If she was someone who was in control of her thoughts and emotions, she probably would not have let his words affect her. At the same time that you want to control your emotions so you can control your creations, you have to remember that you are human. Part of what you are here to do is to experience, and emotions are a powerful way to experience the physical world. Ignoring emotions and stuffing them down inside while pretending to feel something else is not what you are here to do. If you are experiencing an emotion that you would like to get rid of, you need to process it and then discharge it. The worst thing you could do is ignore it because it will fester inside of you no matter how happy you act on the outside. An example is a grief after someone you loved has passed. It is natural to feel grief because you still have a persona. It is a sign that you're full of love. Let yourself feel that grief and it will pass. You are a creator. You have the ability to create happiness while you still have grief to discharge, but it will fester inside of you no matter how positive all your thoughts are. Understand and accept that all emotions have value because they tell you how much you are blocking or allowing your inner self. The closer you feel to genuine joy, the more you're allowing your inner self. The more miserable you feel, the more you're blocking your inner self. It is incredibly powerful to recognize that wherever you are on that spectrum, you are human and thus a creator. so you can control and change your emotions through new thoughts. Feel. Is there any emotion in knowing? Answer. When I create with full knowing of what I'm creating and how I do it, I'm joyful. If the person that creates without full knowing through worry or fear, you feel sad or mad or hateful or any range of emotions you may not want. Feel. Is joy a state of mind or is it different than states of mind? Answer. Joy is the ultimate knowing of love and oneness. I can't smile big enough to describe the feeling. There is not an English word to communicate the feeling of knowing I am. Joy and love are as close as it gets. Feel. Sometimes monks and the people who meditate mention how they experience states of joy. Are they experiencing I am? Answer. Yes. Yes. They know so much I am that they cannot communicate the feeling to those who do not know I am. That's why there is no English word equivalent. That is why I cannot communicate to you how much more than the word joy knowing I am is. Feel. Is creating the same as manifesting? Answer. When you're fully I am with no persona, your thoughts are manifested in the physical world immediately with no action required. To create when you are an individual with a persona, you have to build your knowledge by taking action in the physical world. Building is knowing your creation will appear in the physical world when you take action. Feel. Is building different than creating? Answer. Building is a way to create when you still have doubts. You take action based on guidance from your inner self. As you see the results of the guidance you are following, your knowing that you are creator grows. Because you are an unlimited creator, you can block guidance from your inner self. You can create anything in the physical world, including not following your blueprint. Your blueprint is something that you're here to accomplish, to expand the universe. Fulfilling your blueprint leads to a feeling of love and joy. Failing to pay attention to your inner self and create what you're here to create leads to a feeling of misery. Feel. That's why most people don't believe there is any kind of destiny for them, because how could there be? I'm not God. But they are God, so God hasn't set a destiny for anyone but itself. Answer. That's right. I have a plan for each body that's born. It's my goal to come down into these bodies and implement that blueprint. In the beginning, it was very easy because little had been created by humans. But as more and more was created, we went further and further away from the truth. Few people today understand their unlimited creative potential. Feel. So, my I am or my inner self knows what I'm here to create? Answer. Yes. The process of finding yourself and fulfilling your blueprint was not designed to be done quickly. Everyone is here to create something big, no matter where they are right now. It doesn't matter your age, your income, your education. You can get on the path to fulfilling your blueprint by tuning into your inner voice. How do you tell us what it is we're here to create, what our blueprint is? Answer. You may already know what it is. It's something you have always wanted to do, but don't think it's possible or realistic for you. What you are here to do won't feel easy to you until you start taking definite action despite your fears. If you don't know what it is or aren't sure, ask your inner voice. Feel. Do you know Erin's blueprint? Yes, write this down and build. Feel. Build a book? Answer. Share this knowledge. Feel. How should we do it? Put it on the internet or build a book. How you do, it does not matter. Main thoughts from day 3. Love is the energy of the universe. Thoughts of love expand the physical world. Thoughts of hate shrink the physical world. Creating with new thoughts leads to joy. Emotions must be discharged to avoid build-up and blockage. We each have a destiny.